And I still don't know if I am live. Like, it says I'm live. OBS says I'm live. YouTube says I'm live. I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on anymore. So anyway, I'm pretty sure I hit the go live or start streaming button, and I don't think it actually worked. So, oops. That's why I'm late. I definitely didn't mean to do that. I should have been live this entire time. I've actually like got through a lot of what I was talking about. So, what's up, Cody? It is way past your bedtime, man. If I were you, I'd just go ahead and bail and just go to bed because I've already ruined everything with this stream, like legitimately everything. I can't believe like this whole I've been literally streaming for a bit and talking and like went through this like at least 15 minutes worth of content thinking I was live and I wasn't. I hit that button. I know I did because I was like, oh yeah, it says streaming, and then I looked away. But no. Yeah, so I literally read all your comments and was like making jokes and stuff, all the ones in the past, and then like it wasn't even live. So I was over here laughing and stuff by myself. And like, yeah, I don't know. So Jasper earlier was like, I'm stupid. I'm like, no, actually you're not the stupid one here, buddy. I am. And yeah, off to a great start. So I was already late. I'm late twice technically, because earlier I was watching Raid Owl's stream. And well, okay, it's not up anymore. I was watching his stream, and so I was like a few seconds late to start up because of that. And we were all over there already. Most of us anyway. Yeah, it was definitely practice. And so I was watching his live stream, and we were all just kind of hanging out like Jason's lab. Joe was there, and Jeff was there. Jeff Gearling, not Craft Computing Jeff. And so I was like hanging out there, and then I was late. And then I got here, and then I didn't even hit the button. But anyway, so yeah, I moved the camera based off what you said in the comments earlier, Jay, about getting the beard ready. I actually had the camera pointed too high, so I was like, oh, I'm going to move it down so you can see the beard. So anyway, I guess let's actually get back to starting what I was going to talk about earlier, and or what I had already said earlier. So I've been looking at getting new logos, and this is one of the first designs that's came to me. And I think this is pretty sweet for like a first go. I'm a huge fan of pink. Like, I think this looks awesome. And then the like server rack down here has like blinking lights, which is pretty dope. I'm probably gonna sell. Oh, you're the Zach that bought it. I was like, why does that name look familiar? Because I was like, I saw it earlier and was like, that name looks familiar, but I couldn't remember if you were the same Zach. I made a video just for you, by the way, buddy. Anyway, that's the point. So I think this looks pretty cool. It's like a first good like rendition. I'm getting kind of tired of my old logo, so I was like rebranding. I hate to say rebranding because I'm not like trying to rebrand. I just want something new and different because so if we actually go to my website, there's a bit of a funny story about this. So this logo, I paid somebody a long time ago, and they made like 10 different logos. And this one, of the 10 they made, this was the only one I could use because the ones that they gave me were basically rip-offs of existing companies. Like, I think one might have been SpaceX. Yeah. So one was essentially the SpaceX logo, but in SPX Labs form. The X was identical, and all they did was add like a circle around the X with one dot. Like it was kind of like an orbit or like a satellite orbiting the X. It was kind of weird. And so anyway, I'm getting kind of tired of this logo. I actually really like this logo. I think it's cool, but I don't know. I'm just ready for something different or new. And so we don't want to see that. Get that out of here. How do I go back? I can change, but I can't I can change the pictures, but I can't open the original. Anyway, so I'm thinking about trying to go with something new. This is the first one I got, and I don't know. I told them that I didn't really care for these network cables. I think the network cables are cool, but I don't know. It's like really busy in the middle, so I'm not really entirely sure how I feel about it. but it looks pretty dope overall. Like I like the font. I like these little servers. All this stuff is like really cool. And I actually really like the pink a lot. I think the pink is really cool. So hopefully we get some new logos in because I'm ready for some new stuff. Um, yeah. Yeah, it does look a little too busy, especially if you're like on a small screen. And that's what I was thinking too. Like, I'm trying to imagine this on a small screen. Let's see, can I zoom out? I can't make this any smaller. I can only make it bigger. But yeah, like I think it would just jumble everything up. And that's what like I really liked about the SPX Labs logo on my website. Like this is highly visible even on small screens and is fairly easy to read in most situations. So anyway, so that's like one of the things that I had previously talked about and now I have to talk about again. I paid someone on Fiverr to do my logos previously too, and I was totally ripped off. And then the last time I tried to pay somebody on Fiverr to do my logo, they like just couldn't understand what I was asking for, or like I'm not sure what the problem was, but like we must have gone through maybe like 10 or 15 different designs, and finally I was like, can I just pay you for your time because I feel like we're not getting anywhere and you're not listening to me. Like I don't really know what I want, but I just want something. But everything they were giving me just wasn't what I was asking for, or at least what I felt like I wasn't asking for. So I just paid them for their time and was like, I'm just gonna keep my old logos, and that's what I've been doing this whole time. But now I have someone who I feel like it listens really well and can understand where I'm coming from, and they're actually doing research on like my interests to try and build something. And so that first logo they sent me, like it like blew me out of the water immediately. Like the quality of it's so high. And Cody, if you want to, I can send you the information. This is terrible. I can't even remember what it is. I'd have to look. I can send it to you if you really want. I think she does a great job so far, and if you're interested, it's something you can look at. But anyhow, Bobby says, Spix, Comcast told me they have to put new coaxial cable into the house, and it will be $100. My parents don't have the money now. I thought you said earlier you were gonna get it for free, or they did it for you for free because you ran your own line. Maybe I'm misremembering. But anyway, so that's that one thing. So next up on the list, if you guys haven't seen it already, I did a video with Space Invader 1. It was my first stream with another YouTuber, or like live stream with another YouTuber. This was obviously pre-recorded, but everything was live. Like our interactions, all the stuff that was going on was live. So if you guys would or want like more content that isn't directly from my channel, here is a link for that again, and you can check that out if you want to. I think it's pretty cool because it's just like, it's kind of live and you get to talk with somebody else. And I kind of want to do this content on my own. So I was thinking like for this channel, maybe like for like the lab state kind of updates that I do, I could like bring in maybe Jason's lab, and then we could, he could talk about what's going on in his home lab, future videos that are coming out, just things like that. I think it'd be cool to just kind of like talk to other people about their labs and things that are going on. And I mean, obviously there's probably not going to be a guest on every episode, but especially because me, like I'm such a chaotic streamer. Like I just like, oh, I'm going to go live. And, there's like virtually no update, no consistency. I just do things as I feel like they need to get done. But I think I'm going to try and like get some other people that I talk to like, pony up and see if they want to join, like a live stream that we could do. And like the content I'm looking at, or the streaming service, I guess I'm looking at is Riverside. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, Riverside.fm. So this works pretty well. Like it's all through a GUI. or a GUI. It's all through like the browser. So no one needs installing software. You just need Chrome essentially, and then both parties can join up. It links everything together, and it can actually restream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And we can hang out and chit chat, do whatever. And I think it would work pretty well. Obviously, you could do more advanced things with like OBS or whatever it is, or other restreamers. But this one looks simple, and it's not terribly expensive. I think it looks cool. I would use it. I have used it already once technically. But it's kind of weird because it's like, oh, you have a homelab. Why don't you just like, come up with a, a homelab solution with all that, hardware, like just do that. The StreamYard, is this only, do you have to download anything or does this work from a browser? Yeah, so Riverside's like $5 more expensive a month. It's basically, this looks like the same thing, but different. Multi-stream request. This is like the same thing, but oh yeah. But just like, they're like the same website. It's like somebody's like created this, oh, not .com, has created the same service, but they're like, you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to be the same company, and we're going to just have different products or be different companies, but we're actually the same company. And I've seen this before with contractors, like contract builders. Like they'll post up a bunch of websites and they're like, oh, if you need work done or you're looking to buy a house, call this number. But that number is the same number across the different companies. So you're actually calling the same company. I've actually seen that before. And I feel like this is what this is. But obviously there's going to be some similarities, right? Oh, don't say that. TP-Link didn't copy Unify. They're just very similar. Oh, that's what Lawrence uses? I don't think I've ever seen one of his streams live. I'm not sure. I don't really watch enough YouTube. I feel bad about that. But anyway, I don't know. One day I hope to link up with somebody else just to make this like lab state more interesting and just to talk about it, especially since I can't like travel to everyone's home labs and view them regularly for the home lab endeavors episodes on YouTube. So I know a lot of people have been asking, when is the next video going to come out for the HVAC stuff? I think that'll be out Monday. I just wrapped up filming and I've got to basically edit the video. And once I get everything edited, it's probably going to be about 30 minutes long. I know that's a little long and people generally have the attention span of like 2 minutes and don't watch anything beyond 2 minutes, especially on my channel because I'm so boring. But personally, I like when, especially stuff like this, I like when there's a lot more content, a lot more detail. And when you're trying to shove like, a couple hours worth of information in just like 10 minutes or less, I think a lot gets lost. And plus, like, you get the added benefit of like seeing the actual process all the way through, which is really cool. So I always appreciate when videos are not needlessly long, but when you get to just see everything as it is happening, like I think that stuff's really cool. So this video is going to be kind of long, and it's probably not going to do very well, to be honest. But that'll be hopefully the final video. Obviously, if we add more equipment in the future, we'll probably need like a more advanced solution. But so the thing I came up with was basically just using fans. And so, why didn't I go with what the HVAC, the last HVAC contractor had sent to me? So here's the actual quote that I got from the contractor on all the work that they were gonna do. After watching graphic back when I had to, yeah, I want to buy one of those too, but I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. But anyway, so here's a quote for a mini split. $5,400. I don't think that's like anti-competitive. I think that price is really good. I think in my video I repeatedly say $5,200, but it's actually $5,400. I think that's like really expensive just to cool that closet. Because like I could sit here and imagine what I could do with $5,400. Like I could buy new servers. I could buy new servers. I could get like a really nice server rack. I could build a really nice gaming PC for that kind of money. And so spending $5,400 just on cooling, like overkill cooling, seems like that seems unnecessary. And so, with their installation, they're going to install this new electrical disconnect box, which I think I would obviously need. So this would be like a dedicated kill switch, I'm guessing. On the outside, a concrete pad that's corrosion resistant and blah, 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 blah. Oh, they switched the modem for free? That's cool. Well, that was nice of them to not charge you for that. A little surprised, to be honest. So obviously they're gonna have to put in some drain pipes. Apparently there's gonna be like permits required to do a mini split, which I wasn't aware of, but they're gonna take care of all that, which is cool. What else? I guess that was really it. Oh, and they have to bring in an electrician, so I don't think they do the electrical work themselves. They'll bring in an outside electrician, come in, do all the stuff, and then I'll get a 7,000 BTU mini split and a 7-year warranty. But again, for $5,400, like that's just insane. Like that's so much money, and that's not even expensive. Like that's actually a good deal. All the other quotes I got were like $7,000 or more, and so I think this is really competitive and doable. But I'd rather take $5,000 and go travel to UK, go visit Space Invader 1, do a tour of his home lab, and like I feel like that money would just be more useful for that kind of stuff. Maybe even open sense with Jason. I mean, that would be amazing. Like you could do so much with $5,400. So anyway, why are no contractors like doing what I want them to do? So this is my air handler. Let's pretend this is the supply line that goes out to the house. So all the cold air goes out to your house, or warm air goes out to the house. And on the back of your air handler, you have your return duct go into your air handler. Typically, you have this plenum box where your return line goes into the plenum box. And so if you want to add additional returns, you can cut holes into this plenum box. And then that way you can, take any hot air or any air from the house directly into the back of the air handler. Well, my air handler doesn't have a plenum box. My return duct goes straight into the back of my air handler. And I've asked 3 different companies now to just build me this box. And they refuse to do it. And I think they're refusing to do it because it's not enough money for them. They would rather sell me on an expensive system where they're going to make bank basically on having somebody come out, do the install, and just being totally overkill instead of doing something I want to do. And I think this would actually work. And the video that that will be coming out will explain why this would work. And I really wish I could get someone to build a plenum box for me because I don't have the tools to do it. So I have to go buy tools. And there's like some really complicated math you have to do to actually figure out the size of the plenum box. Like you can't just build a plenum box. Like you have to do actual math based on the size of your house, based on your return line, based on your air handler, like all this stuff. So I can't just build one on my own. I mean, I could do all the math. I could figure it all out, but it'll end up being more expensive and not really worthwhile. So I'm just not going to do it myself. They obviously don't want to do it. They'd rather sell me on something that's more expensive. So it's just not going to happen. But what I was thinking about doing, so I think everyone's seen Craft Computing's, let's see, YouTube. I think I closed out of this by accident. Craft Computing trip. So I think everyone's seen Craft Computing's air conditioning video. So where he cools his rack in the closet with this trip light AC unit. And I think this would be really cool to do because where my closet, my network closet or server closet is, I could vent out all of the hot air this thing creates into the ducting for my um for my in my laundry room for the dryer. So the dryer sits on the other side of that wall. I could connect this unit to the ducting directly, and it's like literally just a cut, like a hole in the drywall, get a little T in there to combine the two lines, and all the hot air would just go right out the side of the house. It'd be super simple to do. The one problem I have is I would want this to be on its own dedicated circuit. It is always about the money. Like just I mean, I'm willing to pay somebody to do it, but like, oh, because it's not going to be like, $1,000 of profit. It's only gonna be like a couple $100. I don't want to do it, which is crazy. And that's not the only thing. I even asked them to run the line, the ductwork too. Like, I'll pay you to install the fan, I'll pay you to run the ducting, and obviously you pay a premium on the parts for those, because ductwork is like $20 for like 30 or 40 feet. It's super cheap. An attic fan is like $30 to $40. Like, those are inexpensive parts. Like, I was even willing to pay them to run a dedicated circuit just for the attic fan. But no, they want to do this like huge overkill elaborate system with an AC unit, which I understand because they don't want to be wrong, I guess, too. Like, maybe they just don't want to look like the bad guys. But like, connecting directly to this would work. It will work. And I have some evidence for that in my next video for Monday, assuming I edit it on time. So anyway, I think this would work perfectly too. But I would want a 120 or a 15 amp circuit just for this. So that way I'm not taking any electricity from my server rack or any of the network equipment that's in that room. And this is actually a great price. Like, normally this thing goes for like $900, and I think Pro Vantage sells it with free shipping. So it would be really cool to have. I think Trip Light even has a newer version now. Trip Light by Eaton. I actually hit up Trip Light. I was like, hey, I have this really cool idea for a video. Do you guys want to maybe sponsor it? And I didn't get a response back. I'm too small of a channel. Nobody cares about you when you're tiny. It's more expensive to be a small channel than it is like to be a large channel. I guess this is the new one, but that's like stupid. Like, it'd be cool to have. Like, this is just a 25U rack. So this would be real cool to have, and it would fit in my closet. But obviously, Trip Light's not going to be trying to send that out to anybody. I would love to have this. That would go so well in my closet. But anyway, man, my nose is itching like crazy. Got like allergies going on. Anyhow, so I think the prices are fair. But it's just too expensive. I'd rather use that money on something else. So again, the final conclusion of that video will be out hopefully on Monday. I just gotta get in there and edit it, and it'll be ready to go, I think. Yeah, I probably should just like continue to just like maybe like put a thing in my email to just email them every month or like every other week, and then a recurring email every other week, and then just like constantly ping them on Twitter. But I don't know. I still like my Twitter like is so tiny. Twitter is like the worst platform for me. My Instagram started to get pretty big, but I stopped being on Instagram because I'm just so sick of Facebook, and I'm getting this close to getting rid of Twitter. But Twitter's such a great way to reach out to companies. So I'm unfortunately kind of stuck there for now. But yeah, I probably should do something like that. And like, I'd be even willing to like pay for it, but I don't want to unnecessarily pay for it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I could get one of those, but then I'd have no space in my closet for me to get in there and like work. And if I wanted to like work on the rack, I would have to disconnect everything, move it out of the way. And that's just like more crap in that closet that I don't want. I want something like clean. And this would sit on the server rack or be in the server rack. So it would be out of the way, and I could wheel around the server rack with everything connected still. And 7,000 BTUs would fill that room up no problem. So I'm not gonna put in like one of these portable units. That's just I think that would be bad. There's just too much stuff. Be too much. But I don't need to, and you'll see why in the next thing. And I'm not gonna do that either. So I'm not gonna tie it into the bathroom either, and you'll see why. So I think Jason already missed the talk about live streaming together. So closet video, HVAC costs. Oh, so upcoming content. So I hit up TP Link and was like, hey, I kind of want to like dip my toe into this whole like smart home thing. And they're like, oh, well, if you want to do smart home stuff, you should check out, Tapo. But I was like, yeah, but Tapo doesn't really have like a lot of stuff like Kaza. And it sounds like they want to send me some stuff from Tapo, but I don't think they are. They're so shady, I feel like. I never know what I'm gonna get. So hopefully we start doing some smart home content soon. We can really flex our home lab like by hosting HomeKit. If you would have been here earlier, you would know, Jason. We could do some HomeKit stuff. We could do what is Android's version of HomeKit? I always forget the name of it. I feel like it should be here. Anyway, whatever. Let's see Casa. They also have Casa stuff, which doesn't make sense. See, like I was thinking about getting like light switches and things. Yeah, there's been a ton of live streams today. You will get an empty box. What? Oh yeah, yeah. You'd have to be a pretty big channel for somebody to do it for free. I'm not even trying to get it done for free. I'm just like trying to like, hey, I'll pay you, but can we like reduce the cost of this at all? Kind of situation. But anyway, I'm thinking about finally like dipping my toe into smart things. I really don't want to because it gets expensive fast, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's like so many like having this stuff has always like been really cool. It's like the coolest gimmick that I've seen in a long time. I probably wouldn't use it as much. Thinking about just starting with like light bulbs like on the outside of the house just for like simple decoration. Like, oh, it's Halloween. Let's change these to orange. Oh, it's Christmas. Let's make them flash blue and red, or like red and green, whatever. But we'll see. So we'll see if TP Link actually will do it. I doubt they will. I mean, they said they would, but I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Jeff? I thought you were going to bed for the night, man. Yeah, Lutron Caseta is where it's at. I've emailed Lutron, but they also don't answer. Like many people that you hit up, they're just kind of ignore you. But I don't know. Like I don't want to like buy a bunch of stuff and then end up hating it. Like I'm already like super skeptical of smart things already. I don't even want them on my network. So, oh, the kids to bed. That's what it was. The kids to bed. Yeah. Just do one thing at a time. A few lights if you want to. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Just start off small, work my way up, keep it simple. I don't know. They want to send me stuff from Tapo, but like, there's really nothing here yet. They have some smart bulbs, but it's like, what's the difference between Tapo and Kaza? Like, the products are identical. They're just branded differently. I don't understand that. No hub required. That's cool, I guess. Anyway, so we'll probably start looking at that. Dude, it is way past your bedtime. It's late for me, so I couldn't imagine. You got to be up in like what 3 hours? So yeah, you should probably hit the road, dude. I have an IoT VLAN already. Because I do have a couple IoT things in the house already, and I have a Qualsys 2 panel in the house. It came with the house and some like smart locks and things. But so all of that's on its own VLAN already. And I was thinking about expanding my smart home stuff using that Qualsys panel. Just got to figure it out. I chose Zigbee so it would all be compatible and not depend on Wi-Fi in a particular. But I do have a couple Wi-Fi devices. I want to go the Wi-Fi route. Like, so far, all the smart stuff I have in my house is Wi-Fi, and it all works wonderfully. Like, even if the internet's down, as long as the Wi-Fi is operating, everything still works. Like, I don't get that weird, like if the internet goes down, I don't get that weird situation where my smart lights like turn on or change colors. They just do whatever they were set to do originally. And so that's also another reason why I'm afraid to get into smart things is because like some of my neighbors have smart lights, and every time the internet goes down, like their lights change color or they do something that they weren't programmed to do because they suddenly can't talk to mothership. And so far I don't have that problem because mine doesn't do it. Holy cow. Thanks, Cody. Really appreciate that, man. Good night. Sleep well, sleep tight. Kisses to my homies. I'll catch you later on stream, I'm sure. Yeah, and that's the big thing. Like, why does everything have to be connected to the internet? Like, I want it to work without the internet. And there's so many smart devices that have to reach out to the internet first just to basically get the on signal or whatever and then come back to your house. It's like, why? Especially if you have a hub. It's like, why do you have to do that? But admittedly, I'm still kind of ignorant on most of the smart stuff because I've avoided it for so long because I know it's expensive. So yeah, hopefully we can get into this because I think it'd be pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't know when that'll happen, if it'll happen. Kind of still waiting to hear back from TP-Link. Last I heard, they were going to check on their inventory, but that was like 4 weeks ago. So, what's up, Chris? How's life, man? When are we going to get lunch? Yeah, you never know. You never know. I actually have, oh man, that's actually a good point. I got field mice in my house, and they've chewed up some of the Ethernet cable that run my lights on the exterior of the house. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? I have lights that are run by Ethernet. And so some of the lights on the outside of my house aren't working because the Ethernet cables were chewed up by field mice. So I've got to get in my attic and replace Ethernet for my LED lights. We're definitely going to do a video about that because I think it'll be hilarious and fun. It's going to be a pain because I have to run Ethernet through the brick to the lights, and I don't know how they're connected on the back end. And man, my nose will not stop itching. Good Lord. So that'll be fun. I hit go live at 8:30 and it didn't work. Like the live button didn't work. So I was streaming for 15 minutes, but I wasn't live. Like I was just sitting here talking to myself, and like people were posting in chat, so I thought I was live too. And it turns out I wasn't live this whole time, and I was like so sad about it. So I actually have to I'm redoing the stream because like 15 minutes of it were streamed offline. And I blame YouTube for this. Like 100% blame YouTube for this. And you also missed out, Joe. You missed out. I was showing off your wife's logo. I just had it up not too long ago, telling people all about it. So you missed that part. That's in the very beginning of the stream, so you can watch that later if you want to. I have Govee right here. Behind me. I don't know if you I have Govee right here. That's its light. It's pretty okay. I think I'm gonna stick to like TP-Link. Well, I'm sure if I hit up Govee, I should probably hit them up and see if they'd be willing to sponsor a video. I think they would. I think they would be willing to sponsor one. Yeah, we all are getting new logos, it feels like. What's up, Monica? You missed the logo too? Sorry. Maybe next time. So where was I? Yeah, so we have to run new Ethernet in the house to get our lights working because field mice ate up that. That'll be an interesting video, I think. And then I'll be running Ethernet in somebody's house this weekend. It's only 2 lines. That would be a really short video. I'm gonna do that before I go on vacation for a week. So I won't be making any content after Monday. I think Monday will be like the last. Actually, no, Saturday. Saturday will be the last thing I work on. We'll have a video hopefully scheduled for Monday to come out, and then I'll be on vacation, and so I won't be making any content obviously while on vacation. I'm going to Orlando for a whole week. And yeah, that'll be fun, I think. Yeah. So those were actually all the topics I had for today. No, not for Disney. I'm too poor for Disney. If I was literally just complaining about not being able to spend $5,400 on an HVAC system, there's no way I'd be able. I could actually, with the $5,400 I saved, I could afford a trip to Disney because I could just take this money and be like, bam, Disney trip, we're going. Yeah, I'm gonna come to Canada and see Jason. That's the game plan. I will see Jason after I go to the UK though. So sorry, dude. Going to old Edinburgh first, wherever the hell, London. But yeah, those are all the topics I wanted to discuss for this stream. I think that pretty much covered everything I think of. Oh, wait, I got one more. So I finally bought one of these kilowatts. I've been wanting to like actually show the power usage of devices instead of just like read off the brochure of a lot of stuff. And I don't know why I didn't buy one of these sooner. I've been like putting it off, but I finally got one. So now I will be able to be like, oh yeah, this TP-Link switch uses, 5.5 kilowatts per hour or whatever. I think that'll be really cool to actually have some real stuff. So just got this in, been using it on random stuff around the house so far, and crack them open to see if they're different. What the hell are we talking about? Yeah, I'll be playing games after this. I might be playing a little Tarkov after this for sure. I'm not going to Scotland, I don't believe. If I want to go to the UK for a week, and Scotland is just a hop and a skip, so I should be able to. I could technically probably go there. I want to go. I want to go explore the city as much as I can while I'm there, but traveling is so expensive nowadays. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Space Invader 1 is in the UK. Their phone is backed up like 7 minutes. That's weird. Why won't my nose stop itching? I think I'm sick. Yeah, so I think that covers all the topics for this stream, and we're gonna take a little. Oh wait, I got one more. So, like a dummy, I bought this G5 camera, and then I forgot that it only works on the firmware version 3.0, which isn't available for the UDM Pro. So I canceled my order, and I won't be checking out the camera G5 Pro because it's not supported on UDM Pro. Like, what a bummer. Like, I'm actually kind of upset. I think I can get the beta version of 3.0 on the UDM Pro, I think. But I don't know. At this point, I've kind of like resolved to hoping that Ubiquity is just going to release a new UDM. So they'll finally get rid of the SE and they'll have like a UDM Pro V2 or V3, whatever. And when they make that, I'll probably just buy one of those. Yeah, it is super dumb that it's dedicated. Hey, maybe I should hit up FS and be like, you know what? Send me a ton of cameras. We're going full bore Blue Iris, baby, with FS cameras that are like freaking like the mechanical zoom. I could zoom across the freaking yard if I wanted to. I could zoom into my neighbor's window and see everything going on there. Yeah, and the FS camera I have currently is on VIF. So maybe I should hit him up and be like, let's just get rid of Ubiquity altogether. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. It'd be fun, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, that's all I got. Joe, I'll be like, Joe, come over, man. Let's set up Blue Iris, like server and everything. Zach, dude, oh my gosh. Holy cow, dude. That is way too much, man. That is way too much. I don't know what I would do with that. I really, really appreciate that. I would use it for my rack cooling, but as you'll see in the video that's coming up on that hopefully will be out on Monday, I think I solved the problem with the setup. But how about I save that money for a trip to the UK? Is that cool? I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. But homelab endeavors? I don't even know how to spell endeavors anymore. Oh, I missed the A. So I used to do this thing where I go to other people's home labs and like we talk about them, we check them out and explore them. And I want to start this series up again now that COVID's over. And so I've been dying to start the series up, but it's just so hard to like link up with people and just like go check out their home labs. And so I was thinking a good way to restart this or kick it back off would be visiting like other YouTubers like Brad and Jason, Cody, Ed. When I say Ed, you know, Space Invader 1, right? So, you know, check out his home lab. That's the goal. I want to do that again because I think they're really cool. And honestly, with a super chat like that, man, that goes a long way. I'm definitely gonna save that money and use it towards a trip to the UK for sure. I really appreciate it. I don't know how to like say thank you any more than just saying thank you. So yeah, and I guess now I'm gonna have to seriously get Joe to come out here and do a Blue Iris thing. Build a 1U mini split. And man, I don't have any skills like that. I can't build anything for garbage. You've seen me I'll take apart like switches and stuff and be like, oh, here's the insides. That's a capacitor. I don't know what anything else is. Like my like knowledge of actual electronic components is terrible. It would be elite. It'd be hella elite. But yeah, I can't build anything for anything. I don't have any tools either. I'm such a bad engineer, I guess. Engineer is a bit of an extreme word. But leave page. But anyway, all right, so I'm gonna end the stream for now. The screw for the cooler. Yeah, that's like at least 4 screws. At least 4 screws. All right, but I'm gonna end the stream for now, and we're gonna switch over to gaming because I'm ready to play some games. It's already 9 o'clock, so we can't play very long. I'll be right back.